I'm bad and bougie. I'm the top news. They watching my moves. Hating me on the shade room. Yeah, I'm bad and bougie. Don't give me no rules. I do what I choose. Got you binge watching on Zoom. Up the road, epico.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Bad and Boujee, also known as Street Smells. You already know what time it is. Hey guys, so I can't wait to introduce you to our special guest for today. She has been on 2 amazing shows. She's also been in a movie. I think it was a movie. I can't wait for her to tell you all about it. Her memorable moments on this show definitely reminds me of when I did my first show, because you know they coming for you hard. They always hating on you, and I felt like, hey, why not bring on another girl that was most hated on the Bad and Boujee podcast, right? But first, I want to say my prayers go out to all the families that were affected from this past school situation. I got to be real careful and censor myself when it comes to this situation, because you know how YouTube is with their laws and rules and regulations on talking about certain topics. But I pray there's a change. I pray that we actually do something about it than just having moments of silence. I pray that maybe schools change their laws and rules on doing background checks, and just like how, you know, when we move to a house or area, you know how your phone pops up and they have predators and whatnot. What is it called? Quan? Pedophiles and whatnot, and all these things on your phone. They should also do that for kids in school and whatnot. So I pray that we find some way to make a change for that, because it's crazy where we got 10-year-olds that had their breakfast, and the next thing you know, they don't make it home the next day. You know, it's just unreal. I get goosebumps talking about it, because, you know, I want to have children one day, and the last thing I want is to kiss my kid when they go to school and then they don't make it back home. So my prayers go out to them. And honestly, I must say, y'all are going crazy on the gram about a lot of shit that happened this past week. I know people are mad that the bad bitch section LV talked about being a baddie and becoming a bad bitch. I saw y'all comments. Guys, I get it. People want to be a baddie, but you got to elevate. I was actually happy when they said that. You know, a baddie is like you younger. Now you got to grow up and be the bad bitch, right? So are y'all ready to really grow up? Or are y'all going to hold on to that baddie life? Think about it. Think about it. It's time to grow up. Speaking of growing up, I'm going to bring my guest on the show. I'm going to introduce her. She was formerly known as Bootz. Let's welcome Larissa Hodge to the show. Hey, Larissa.
Hey.
What's up, girl?
Nothing much.
She's so chill, I swear. I walked in the room. She's like, hi. I was like, girl, come over here. Give me a hug. So Larissa, let the people know, you know, I know a lot about you because I've watched your show many, many times. I've actually followed all of the seasons, but you were on season 2 of
Flavor of Love.
Yes.
The best season.
The best season of it all, because I kid you not, that season was so lit. For those of you who don't know, Flavor Flav and Flavor of Love, not the history behind all of it, and the charm school. You were on charm school too with a certain person. You know, we'll mention that later. So tell the people, how does it feel now being off of reality TV? How's your life?
My life is pretty great. It was great before. So
do you miss
for people, I don't think so. Only because when our show was out, we didn't have social media except for MySpace. So, you know, with MySpace, we add the people on. So it was I just remember so many people wanted to be added. I didn't have time. A lot of girls didn't have time. We didn't understand how big the show was at that time, because social media was new. You know, everything was so new. I think nowadays, if our show came out now, we would have had so much backlash. Like, I look at some of these people on reality and I'm like, I know we would have really got it. I said some crazy things.
You want to talk about
But
that?
I stand on them. I stand on them all.
Yeah, I want y'all to go back and watch season 2 of Flavor of Love and see what she's talking about. I don't know. Is it appropriate
And
for you
Charm School.
On Charm School too? You was bad on Charm School, huh?
I think I was straight to the point.
So do you and Monique get along now still, or no?
No.
Damn, all these years? I would like to have a sit down and a conversation with you and Mo. Would you ever consider that?
I guess. The reason I say that is because I feel like she's had many opportunities and she's never taken it. And the opportunity that she actually had it could have been a private conversation and she didn't take that. And yeah, that's why I really don't. I can't even curse on here, but that's why I really don't deal with her. Oh, you can? Okay. But for me, I just don't. This is one thing that I don't like because a lot of people don't understand why I don't deal with her or why I don't like her.
So let the people know.
So I'll let them know. Like I said, we were one of the first reality shows to blow up and people to really want to do reality. So at that moment, if I see someone, like if my grandmother tells me, oh, I don't support that type of show, she's not going to host the show after that that's worse, like Monique did. And I don't respect anybody who will talk bad about us when we paved the way. She talked really bad about us, including her friends and a lot of other people, you know, that were in the industry because we were one of the first ones. But then you turn around and she's hosting, you know, Love and Hip Hop, where girls are, they do worse than what we've done. So it's one thing to stand on what you believe in, which, you know, I felt she believed what she said, but something in my soul told me it was just all fake, like I said on the show. And it was, because if I say I don't like something, I'm not going to go host a show that's worse and sit there while people are cussing each other out worse than what we've done and support that. But you didn't support us. And I feel a way about that because you said we were disgraced to Black people, which we are not. But when you were on that particular show, those girls or women did not receive backlash at all. They were able to cuss each other out in front of her. They were able to be themselves, and she respected that. But why didn't we get the same in return?
Right.
So, you know, I just say stand on it.
Do you think she was biased about it?
I think she was jealous. I think that her seeing us rise the way that we did on that show, it was new to her because only Hollywood stars were making it where we were. And I think she was jealous. And I think she didn't like the fact that I was seen in certain spaces that A-listers were at. A lot of the girls were not there. My publicist and myself would be there. And I think that sometimes, you know, just like back in the day, probably even now, how actresses and actors would feel a way about rappers going into their fields. So I feel like that was sort of the same situation, except for with us, we're the most hated, especially me. And it's like, to see me in public, I would have thought if you're going to make it a show, be a show, like she told me on the reunion, but it was not. Right. I've seen her in private spaces while I was pregnant. One of her celebrity friends had the same doctor as myself.
And she said nothing?
Said nothing. And her friend said, this is the girl from the show. Wow. She was so sweet. Her friend was sweet to me. I didn't know she was sitting in the lobby until I looked, and she had a very evil look on her face. Wow. And I just smirked because I came out I was waiting for the doctor to deliver a baby, and I came out to get water, and I didn't know that her friend was there. We had like the same doctor appointments because my baby was due like 3 weeks before hers, but my baby came late. So she was like, why didn't you have the baby yet? Talking to me. And then that's when she said, this is the girl from the show. This is the girl from the show. And she just gave me an evil look. At that moment, it's just 3 of us. Right. So
why you couldn't just be woman enough and been like, you know what, my bad, something.
Or get an understanding of where I was coming from and why I felt the way that I felt. But instead, I was given a dirty look. And so for me, I feel like I don't know what it is. Only thing I could think of is in that moment, you didn't like the spaces that we were in, specifically me, and you didn't like how our show rose. But like I told her on the show, you're on our platform for a reason. You know, we were popping. Like, we were the it girls. So, you know, I just wish that it was the same respect that she had on the other platform with the girls. Let them be themselves, and then you chime in on whatever you want to chime in. But if you're going to stand on something, stand on it all the way. That's what I believe.
Girl, I feel you on that. And I completely agree with you. Because if you really feel like, okay, this is what I stand for, then you stick beside it. If not, then you just full of shit.
Right.
You're full of shit. And it has to be the fact that she was just mad that you guys weren't Hollywood actresses or even musicians or whatever, but was outshining her. Gotta be. You know, I honestly just dealt with something similar to that this week, where a content creator is upset that I'm doing a show possibly on the same network as them, and because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do by promoting and giving little teasers here and there and doing what I'm doing, they upset and want to say, oh, I'm supposed to be Queen B, and if you're working with Queen C, I'm not fucking with y'all. I said, what? Hold up. See, that seems like jealousy in your heart, because we're supposed to be on the same side and win together, not separate. You feel me?
Right. And
I feel like that was the ultimate problem. She was mad that you were winning. You winning too. You were part of it too. What's wrong? What's wrong?
And in actuality, you know, I told her I used to like her. I loved Queens of Comedy and things like that. But after that, I was like, nah, I don't like that. Right. It's not just a show. We're using our real names on Charm School. It wasn't like Flavor of Love. And I felt disrespected. I felt attacked. I didn't feel other girls were treated the way I was. Some girls did get, to be honest, you know, some girls did get called whores and different things like that. But I just felt we should have been given more respect than what we were given, especially when I see years later you respecting women that are cursing each other out in your face, and you say not 2 words, but years previous you had so much to say. You know what I'm saying? Belittling us.
Well, this is why you rose, regardless of all the hate, regardless of how hard they put you through those hurdles on that show. You still made it towards the end. You see what I'm saying? You still got so far.
Well, I left Charm School.
I know,
but
I know, but you made it far. You made it far.
Yeah, I possibly could have won. All the girls were saying we knew that you were going to win, because Monique was saying, I guess they were saying Monique said that I remind her of herself.
Wow.
But I don't believe that. I don't know what to believe at this point. But when I see people that are, I guess, what's the word? Protesting for others to give them an apology, and they have never apologized to the people they've done something to, I have a problem with